Yeah. So the student that you have right now, her name is Sahasra, and she's here. We will most likely have another student, but for now it's just Sahasra.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay. So first we're gonna start. We're gonna be using Turtle, like Python Turtle, for creating the window. So you're gonna want to start by importing Turtle, and we also need to import time and random. Which, sorry, what was that?
I can't see your screen.
Yeah, we can see your Google screen, but do you mind launching the stuff on your screen?
Oh, okay.
Python on your screen.
Okay, are you guys able to see?
Yeah.
Okay. So first we need to go ahead and import Turtle, which is what we're going to be using. And we're going to go ahead and create a window. That's going to be our step. And we're also going to go ahead and give it a title and background color. You can choose any background color, but I'm just going to go ahead and make it black.
Are you able to follow along, Sahasra?
Wait, I'm kind of fast.
Sorry, can't hear you, Sahasra.
I'm typing it, but it's a little fast.
Okay. Yeah, can you just slow down a little bit, Dimitra? And can you also zoom in a little bit in your code? Can you make your text bigger? Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
Are you guys able to see the whole thing?
Yeah, we're able to see it.
Okay. So we're making the background color black, and I just set up the size. So we're going to use .setup, and that's just going to help us like figure out some of the dimensions of the screen. So we're going to use two parameters like width and height. So we want it to be a square. So we're going to set both equal to 500.
Excuse me, I can't find my Python.
You can't find Python?
Yeah, like I was typing and I lost it.
Do you want to share your screen? Okay. How do you normally launch idle? Python. Okay. Okay, then do this. Go to Finder. Okay, go to Applications on the left-hand side. And let's scroll down until we find idle or Python. It's just Python 3.8. It's right there. It's on the left-hand side. Yeah. Double click it. And then, yeah, launch idle. There we go. Okay. And then click on File and then New File. On top left, yeah, File and New File. There you go. Okay. And then that's where you start typing the code that Dimitra typed. So she'll give you a couple of seconds to catch up with her.
So that's what I have so far. I just created the screen, title, and background color, and just the dimension. And you can just let me know when you've got that down or if you have any questions.
Can you run the code right now? And then what are the results?
then I can't see the code.
So when I run it, you'll see that just a black screen comes up. It has the title near that little blue feather. It says my first Python snake game, and it's just a black square screen.
We can't see the screen because I think you're only displaying the spider Python IDE.
Oh.
Yeah, so you should probably share the whole screen.
So that's what it should look like.
Perfect.
And is everyone able to get that on their screen?
My name is finished. It's just to keep it going in and out to Google screen with Python.
Could you repeat that? Sorry, it's just kind of breaking up a little.
Oh, I'm almost finished. I'm on the last line. It's just you keep breaking in and out on the Pythons.
Oh. Do you want to share your screen?
Wait, 1 second. Let me just write this last line. And now I just see your Google constantly, and I don't think you're sharing your screen at all. Excuse me.
Dimitra?
Yeah, are you able to see it?
No, you stopped sharing the screen. Okay, now we're sharing. Okay.
Okay. Now I'm I don't think mine's working.
Yours isn't working?
Oh wait, there's some error. It says, oh, I accidentally typed something wrong. I wrote one mistake.
Okay.
Okay.
Were you able to get yours to work?
Yeah, it works.
Oh, okay, cool. So once we move on from there, we're going to continue by making the first part of the turtle, the first part of the snake, which is the head. So, and we're going to create a new turtle, and we're just going to put turtle.turtle. And because we want the snake to move for right now, it's going to be the speed is 0. So we're going to create, basically what this is going to do is just do a bunch of attributes. So it's going to be head dot speed, shape, color. So right now we're just doing the different aspects of the head. So head dot speed, we're going to set it to 0. And we're going to have the shape be a square. There's different types of shapes that you can make it, but it can either be like an arrow, a turtle, circle, triangle. But for now, I'm just going to keep it as a square. And then we're going to make the head color as green. You can make it any color you want, just not the same color as your background, otherwise it won't show up. And we're going to do the pen up, that way it doesn't mark everywhere when we move it. And we're going to do head.go to 0, 0, which is the center of the screen. so it's going to start right at the middle. And we're going to put the direction to stop for now.
I'm sorry, can you pause for a second?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry. Are you stuck somewhere, or do you just want me to go back a few steps? Hello?
Oh, it's okay. I'm just not that fast at typing.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No worries.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we're creating the direction as stop for now. So we can mark that as stop for head.direction. And we also, one thing we want to do is right above the head underneath window.setup, we're going to put win.tracer, put 0 in there. And the reason that we do that is just so that we can turn off screen update so it's not keeping on going every single time. And it's not just going to like reload. And once you're done adding those two, we can try clicking the run file button to see how that goes.
For some reason,
Sorry, what was that?
nothing.
Oh.
I don't see anything but the same screen I saw last time.
I don't see anything. Do you want to share your screen?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah. For the color, I think you can do, instead of having color, you can write green.
I don't see the difference.
Could you make your code just a little bit larger, please?
Oh, I can't make it just a little bit larger. I don't think this really did anything.
Try clicking on format. Can you go to options? Zoom height, maybe.
Or
Okay.
could you press Command plus? Maybe?
Command plus?
Command plus, the plus sign.
I don't think there's any plus sign here. There's only these arrows and the minus sign and an X sign.
Like on your keyboard, there should be a command button and then a plus.
Oh. Isn't that command shift plus?
I think it's command plus on the Mac. I'm not sure.
I'm pressing it.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Maybe.
Let's go to
Can I read it out loud?
no, it's okay. Color set up.
Oh, I know how to make the font bigger. Sorry to interrupt. Can you click on the Python on your idle screen on your script? Yeah, and then go to idle. Yeah, and then go to preferences.
Preference?
Yeah. Okay, and then there it says size and it says 11. You see it?
Size, yeah.
Yeah, change it to 18 or 20. That's fine. Press apply and OK. You're supposed to press apply and OK. 18, yeah.
5.
Okay.
That's really big, but
Okay.
I think your problem is you misspelled shape. You put shape.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
And then the SQUARE. UARE.
You're breaking in and out. You're breaking in and out. I can't hear you.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. So try running it again, or save it and run it.
Turtle has object.
Try putting the shape in lowercase, like the S. I think you have it as capital.
Yeah, I still have a
Oh,
loose.
the background color. I think try making the background color black, and maybe then the green will show up.
Okay. Do I need to make the B capital?
No, it can stay lowercase.
I still don't see it. I don't know where the green is.
Mm. I'm looking through your code. It looks the same. Mm.
The code itself is wrong.
What's going on? What's going
It
on?
looks like we have the exact same code, but for some reason hers isn't showing up the green square.
The green square.
Should I type in rectangle instead? I feel like
Hold on. Let me see something. Sahasra, can you do me a favor? Can you copy and paste your code into the comments so I can see what's going on? Yeah, mine's doing the same. It's not popping up the green square.
Mm,
Can I see your code, Dimitra?
yeah.
No, you can just show your screen. I can just compare it from there.
Are you able to see the code?
Yeah, okay, I'm able to see it. Okay. And then can you run this part of the code?
Yeah.
Let me get that. Looks like you're getting the same.
I don't know. The green just showed up. I think maybe if we code some motion might help. Okay. Maybe if we try to make it move. So, have you ever coded a function before?
I don't think so.
Okay, so a function is basically just like a set of code that we can call at a different time, and it'll do a certain set of actions. So I'm gonna make a function called move. So we define the function just by writing.
Done this before.
What?
I think I might have done this before.
I think. Oh, okay. Well, if you haven't done it before, I can help you walk through it. So you would just write def for define, and we would call the function move. And, oh, sorry.
Oh no, that was just my computer.
So we're gonna put head. We had the direction as stop, so we can code for different ways that the snake moves. So if it's either up, down, left, or right. So we're gonna do if statements, and they're gonna look the same, just slightly different, plus or minus. So the first one is gonna be if the head direction is up, we want it to move up 20 spaces. And how do you think we would update? So the plane would have an X and a Y axis. If we wanted to move up and down, which axis do you think we would use?
maybe a few minutes, and then go and rewrite another story more.
I think you're breaking up slightly. Which axis did you say?
What?
The y-axis?
Isn't y-axis right to left, x-axis up to down?
The y-axis is for up and down, and the left axis, the x-axis is for left and right. So if we wanted to move up and down, we would be using the y-axis. So we're going to go ahead. Yeah?
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and move it up and so we're going to first say if the head direction is up, we want it to do something. And we're going to create a variable, it's called y. So like I said, we have the x and y axis. We're going to have head.y core. And that is just so that we know that the y variable is going to be the y axis or the y coordinate of the turtle. And we're going to set the head, the y coordinate of the head equal to its current position plus 20 because we want it to move up. So we would do head dot set y plus 20, and that moves it up 20 spaces.
I found your problem, Dimitra. You have to remove line number 14 for it to show up because you have 0 tracers. That means it's not going to draw until until you tell it to draw.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you remove it, you run it, and it'll work.
Should I try?
Yeah.
I haven't. I haven't really syntax something. Like, not part of that code, but it's called English on my screen. I don't get why this part is wrong.
Well, since we're not done with the move function yet, maybe you can comment that out for now if you just want to see how the turtle screen will look.
Okay. I'm just going to copy paste it. I like the green guy. What if I change my background color also?
Yeah, you could change the background color if you wanted. So is yours working with updated background colors?
I'm trying 1 second.
I think there's like a limited number of colors that you can choose from. So if it's not working with a specific color, it probably just isn't.
Mine works. Wait, will it do light purple?
I don't think so.
Just this black. I'll just go with that one.
Okay.
Okay. Working.
So we're gonna continue. Or are you still working on that, or do you want me to continue?
And you can continue.
Okay. So we are gonna go on with the move function. So if the head
Like when I copy paste it, it's not copy pasting.
Which part's not copy and pasting?
When I copy and paste what I paste what I copied earlier, like the code that I copied earlier, it's just an equal sign. So I think I have to rewrite it again.
For which line?
Starting from def move down.
Okay, so for that one, you need to have 2 equal signs.
I know, it's just I forgot to copy paste. Like when I copy pasted it earlier after I deleted it so the first part would work. And then when I when I try to paste it, it's just showing an equal sign. So I think I need to just rewrite the small code. I mean, it's not that big.
Just let me know when you're when you got it all copied down.
Okay.
Okay. So we did if it was going up, and so now we're gonna do down, left, and right. So
Finished.
sorry.
I'm not finished, but I almost am late.
Oh, you're still on the up. Okay, no worries. Are you stuck on any part or?
Oh no, it's just I lost the code, so I had to retype that small part again. I just finished. You can continue. So I just need to like do the same. Like, is it basically the same code, but instead of y plus 20, it's y minus 20, and then the next
Yep.
one x plus 20, and then yeah, like that.
Yeah. So x plus 20, would that be right or left?
That'd be right.
Yeah, that's correct. So we can go ahead and do that.
So the next one left.
Yeah. So after down, we do left.
Okay.
Okay. Just 1 second. I'll get up to speed.
How to change the names?
What?
How to change the names really quickly?
Oh yeah. Make sure that if you're doing the x-axis ones, it says x core, not y core.
I'm gonna test my code to see if it'll work.
And what happened to your code? Oh, you're testing it?
It keeps on saying there's the invalid syntax at that one place. I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah.
This part is invalid for some reason.
Do you want to go to where it shows the error, like maybe on the output, what it exactly shows? Okay, and try running it. Invalid syntax. Oh, okay. So you need a colon after each if statement. So if head direction equals up, you need a colon for each one of those. Yeah.
Okay, let me run it now. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Expected indented block.
Okay, so you after the if statement, you want to indent both of those next two statements. So the one that says y equals, and yeah. And you would do that the same for each one.
Okay.
Yep,
I'm
so that's,
pressing my up, down, left, and I'm pressing my arrow.
so
No.
we're not there yet because we haven't coded for like what happens when we actually like move it.
Oh. But it
So
says
that's,
do the same thing. I can't really find out if it's right or not.
so, well, this next part, we're going to define a function for each one of them. So I'll show you how to do that. I'll go ahead and share my screen so I can show you what we're doing next. We're going to create a new function for each one of them. So just how we did the define, we're going to do that to control the movement.
I can't see your screen. Can't see your screen.
Are you able to see it?
Oh yeah, thank you.
So we're going to define a function for each direction of movement. So the first one will be an up motion. So we can just do up underscore motion. And do you know what attribute we would set? So we would do head dot something equals up. Do you know what would come after the dot? Or like if you have any ideas?
Maybe a parenthesis.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Parentheses.
Well, we would have it be direction, because that's what we were coding for earlier, because we want it to actually use that attribute to
How about
move.
Y core again?
We're not going to be using Y core. We're going to just do head dot direction equals up, because we're going to use that. That's just going to be used to like dictate how it's going, and we're going to do, it's kind of like repetitive because we did the up down left right, so we're going to do the same thing up down left right. So it's kind of just repeating those same things, but instead of up, we're going to write down. So if you want to do the rest of those three, the down, left, and right.
Wait, do I also need to do like include the def part?
For each new one, yeah, it has to say DEF space up motion, parentheses, and colon.
So I need to do up, down, left, and right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just finishing up the right one. And do you want to share your screen so I can see what you have?
Okay.
Okay, so you want to have each one of the functions have a different name, because right now it looks like
Oh.
all of them have motion. Yeah, perfect. So since we haven't had them do anything yet, they won't do anything yet. So even if you press stuff, it won't show anything. But what we're going to do now is translate those motions into keyboard buttons.
What?
We're going to basically everything that we wrote for each of the up, down, left, and right, we're going to make them like do something based on when you press a certain keyboard button.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense, or?
So it's like so we need to like type that like one up arrow key press to that.
Yeah, actually for this one, what I'm going to have it do is use the keys W, S, A, and D. Do you see those on your keyboard? Kind of how like the W is at the top, S is at the bottom, and then A and D are on the left and right?
W, S, A, and D. Yeah, S is under W, A and D is next to S.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going to use each of those to correspond to the up, down, left, and right. And we're going to use, first we're going to use, do you remember when we made the window back up at the top? One of the first code? So we're going to use that now. We're going to do win.listen. And that's going to, you can't see my screen. Okay. Right here on line 54, the last line that I'm highlighted on, I'm writing win.listen. And what that's going to do is it's going to wait and listen for any key presses so that the key presses will tell it what to do. Does that make sense, or is that kind of confusing, or?
It makes sense.
Oh, great. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is do win.onKey. And what onKey is it executes a function, and it has two parameters, a function, and when a key is pressed, that's the second parameter. So do you remember the four functions we just did right here? Yeah. So we're going to use each of those as the first parameters for each of our next four statements. And then, so it's going to look like motion. So that's our first function. And then we're going to use each specific key, how I just mentioned, the W, S, A, and D, to correspond to that function. So we're using W for up, S for down, A for left, and D for right. So do you want to try coding the rest of those three functions?
Okay. Wait, which ones again? I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. S is down, left is A, and right is D.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. And I put them in the. And once you're done with that, you can just share your screen so that we can just see.
Okay.
You don't have to run it yet. You can just.
Okay, I'm finished. Let me share my screen.
Sure. Oh, okay. So the win.listen, you only need to put it for the first time. Like you just need to have it once. Okay, and I'll just get myself up to speed with you. Okay.
Can I try out my code now?
Yeah.
Not moving.
Here's the movie.
I'm pressing W, S, D, or and A, but none of them are moving.
Do you want to share your screen? I'll stop sharing mine.
Didn't I already share my screen?
Oh, okay.
Try copy paste my code into the chat. I'm gonna copy paste my code into the chat.
Okay. So here what we're gonna do is
What? I think you're breaking up. I can't hear you.
are you able to hear me?
Oh, yeah, good now.
So
Excuse me?
it's speed. Okay.
Yeah, now you're breaking
Where's
in.
your on key? Did you
Yeah,
include that? Right motion.
You're breaking up again. I think you're breaking up again.
Hello?
Oh, it's good now. It's just sometimes you're breaking up and sometimes you're better.
Oh, sorry about that.
Internet problem, it's fine.
Try running your code. What does it say when you run it?
It's just not moving. It doesn't really say anything. It's just not moving.
If you press the W, A, S, and D keys.
Yeah, I'm pressing W, A, S, and D.
Okay. What we can do, I think probably you need to create a delay. So what we're going to do is right below this.
Wait. I need to press, maybe I need to put capital letters. Because on my keyboard, these are capital letters.
Oh, I don't think the capital letters make a difference.
It should not.
Yeah, I think what we can add is below this, we're going to do, actually at the top, we're going to add something called delay. So go all the way up to the top, like where it says import turtle.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to import two more things. We're going to import time and random. I'll share my screen so you can see what I'm typing.
Wait, above it or below it?
Right below turtle. So, like the very second line.
Okay.
And then we're also going to create a delay.
I can't see your screen.
Can't see my screen?
I don't think you're sharing it.
No.
Oh, now you are.
So we just imported time and then random. And then the next line we're doing a delay. And that's going to be equal to 0.1. And we're going to use that. You'll see what we're going to use that for. Just we're going to use that down at the bottom for in conjunction with time. And you can just let me know when you're done with those. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
where are we right now? I finished typing the delay 0.1.
So what we can do is do right underneath the on key button, we're going to do time dot sleep, and we're going to put in brackets delay. And what this does, it just pauses the program and it reduces the sleep pauses the program, and the sleep is what does that, and the delay reduces the turtle speed by 0.1 because we set delay equal to 0.1.
Yeah. Excuse me, I can't see that. Can't see anything you're doing. I can see your screen, but I don't see what you're doing.
I've just finished the delay, and that reduces the speed.
Hashtag reduces the speed.
And I'm just including comments, so the hashtags are just to indicate every time there's a comment.
So I'm not
And
supposed to type that up.
sorry, what was that?
I'm sure I shouldn't type that up.
You can if you want to. It's just little notes. They don't really change anything that you do in the program.
Can I use the bathroom really quickly?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna add. Let me go to my page. Okay, we're gonna add a loop that's while true, and what that does is basically it just loops forever. So it executes the loop body whenever it's true. So it just goes on forever. And what the point of this loop is, we're gonna write win.update. Are you able to see where I am?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to do win.update, and the point of this is it allows the screen to be updated as we go through the code.
Okay. I test the code now. It's still not working.
Okay.
Pressing W, A, S, and D, but it's not turning right, left, or down.
Yeah.
What?
So I realized we need to call the function. So you know how we created define move?
Yeah.
So what we can do is beneath this while true, we do a move. So that calls it.
So before time's slowly delayed. Okay.
Okay. And
Still not moving. I don't know why.
I'm going to add a win.main loop.
when dot main loop.
And it's just going to have 2 parentheses after it.
Okay, let me test that.
And the reason for this is that it's basically like an infinite loop again. So usually we use that for any sort of like TK inner stuff in Python.
Okay. Let
And
me
then
I run it.
yeah, that probably won't open like change anything yet.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, that won't change anything yet, but what we have to do is so go up to the top where it says win.setup, like where we created the screen.
Win dot set up. Yeah.
Yeah, so right there where we have width equals 500 and height equals 500. The line below that we can add win.tracer. And what that does, it turns off screen updates.
Yeah. Win dot tracer.
Mm-hmm. And you can just let me know whenever you've finished. Okay. So we did that, and then we've got the up, down, left, and right. And then we listen. Still true. Window update. And then we're gonna add. There's ways that we can get like food for the snake. So usually in the snake game, it tries to go and get a certain color. So what we're gonna add is a
What? I think you broke up.
we're adding like a snake food or a graphics on the screen that the turtle can go towards, or the snake can go towards. So right underneath all the motions, we're going to create a new variable, and we're just going to call it apple. And we're going to make that equal to a new turtle. So turtle dot turtle.
Okay.
Okay, and we're gonna set the speed, so it has the attribute speed. So that just shows us how fast it's, like how it's gonna move. Right now we're gonna make that 0. And we also want it to be a certain shape, so apples are usually circular. So we're gonna do apple.shape and make that equal to circle.
So apple dot shape.
And we also have to get a few more attributes, which is, we have to get one more attribute, which is color. So how do you think we would add that attribute?
Color dot, let's say, color dot parentheses, red.
Yeah, so it would be apple dot color, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
and do you want to, yeah, go ahead and,
Color parentheses red.
dot color. And the red has to be in quotes.
Okay.
And the next thing that we're going to do is do apple dot pen up. And the reason that we do this is so that it doesn't draw a line to like each place it moves, so that we're like, it simulates actually lifting up the pen.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And we want it to go to a certain place. So on the screen, we want it to be in the, at least we want it to start in the center. So we're going to have it go, remember how we had the X and Y axis earlier? Yeah, so we're going to have it go to a certain place using the dot go to method. And if you can see right here, it already gives like, it shows us what the example argument should be. So we're going to have X equals 0 because we want it right in the center, not moving left or right. And we want Y to be 100 because we made the board 200 by 200. So Y would be right, 100 would be right in the middle.
Okay.
And do you want to just share your, see what you have?
Okay.
Okay, so you want to have circle be in quotes, just like how we did for red. Mm-hmm. And after the go to, actually the next thing that should be there is the while true and win.update.
What?
So see how in yellow you have while true? It's like a few lines below.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want that to be right after the go to statement. So you can just copy and paste that. Just the part until the win.update, yeah. And just put that above. Above the go, or just below the go to statement. And then take that out, and then you can also, yeah. Just make sure to take out the while true from below the sleep delay. Mm-hmm. And could you just scroll up a little bit, please? Okay. And if you want, you can just create a comment right above the apple. That way you designate that all of that stuff there is just for the apple. It's not. If you want, you can just add a comment right above the apple equals turtle.turtle. That way it's easier for you to see that that part's just for the apple, not anything related to the snake moving.
Doug apple.
and try hitting run and see how that is. And if you run it, you'll notice that there's a little red circle that came up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we want to make that eventually move every time the snake touches it. So
Yeah,
we
but
are going
it's not working at all.
go back to where you make the snake move, like the win.listen. Yeah, that's good. Oh. Just go a little bit up. And could you go slightly more up to where you define all the different motions?
What?
Could you go slightly up, like just scroll a little bit up to where you define move, the function? I think a bit more above that.
There, those are, I think those are all the motion ones.
Oh yeah, you can keep going up. And could you go up to where you actually write define move?
What?
Could you scroll up to where you actually define move? Okay, that's it. Okay. 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 Could you go back to where we just created the snake through the apple?
Snake. Yeah. There.
Yeah. Okay. So we create the apple, we do the do while loop, and then we want to make sure we want to calculate how close the snake is to the apple. So we're gonna do an if statement. So we're gonna write if
Below the apple.
under where, sorry?
Wait, where do I need to write that statement?
You need to write that statement under the win.update. So between win.update and time.sleep. I can share my screen to show you where I'm typing.
I don't see the window update.
Okay.
I want to see the window update.
Sorry, what was that?
I can't see the window update anywhere.
You don't see it, or you don't have.
Oh, I see it. Never mind.
You see it? Okay. So what we're gonna do is, remember how we coded and we created head? Yeah. So there's something called distance, and that's like an attribute for the object head. So it's a function that calculates the distance between two things. So it's going to calculate the distance between head and the variable that we created, which was apple. So we're going to put head dot distance bracket apple. And we want that to be less than a certain number. And do you want to think about which number it could be?
10?
Close, but do you remember how much we made the snake move every single time?
20.
20. So it would have to be less than 20, right?
Yeah.
Because 20 is the distance that the snake moves each time the key is pressed. So if it's less than 20, we're going to do a random integer. So what we need to do, you have random imported up at the top, right? It should say like import turtle, import time, and import random.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If the head distance from the apple is less than 20, then we're going to create a random int. So we're going to just call our variable x and create a random. And this is just the syntax that it uses to create basically a random integer. So whatever value it generates, that will be saved in x. And we're going to have that as -200 to 200. And I chose that range specifically because we have a 600 by 600 screen. So I can show you. So if this whole thing is 600 by 600, right? Are you able to see the little graph I made?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so that's our x-axis, that's our y-axis. And the whole thing is 600 by 600. So just 1/2 of this, how long do you think that would be?
1 second.
It would be half of 600, right? Yeah, and do you know how much that would?
Excuse me?
It would be 300?
Half of
Yeah.
half of 600 is 300.
So half of 600 would be 300. So each little part here, so this much is 300, and same for each of these. So all of these will be 300. And same here, 300. And 300. So I chose 200, not 300, because I don't want it to be touching the very tip, right? Because then that would be kind of harder to see too. So 200 would just be like here, which is on the outer limit, but not too far out that it's on the very edge. That's why I chose 200 by 200.
So it doesn't exactly touch the tip, it's only 2/3 of the way.
It doesn't exactly what? You broke up a little.
Not exactly touching the tip, it's only 2/3 of the way.
Yep, yeah, it doesn't exactly touch the tip, that's correct. So that's what we're going to do. We're creating the random int. And we're also going to do the same for y, because that has to be the same thing. So because we're going to have an x and y coordinate, so we're going to do the exact same thing.
1 second.
From -200 to 200. And you can just let me know when you're done writing those two statements out.
But I can't find where you wrote
You can't find it?
can't find where you wrote it.
Do you want to share your screen? Okay, yeah. And then just do the same thing right under that with y equals. Like right under where you wrote the negative 200, 200. And do the,
Okay. So it's basically the same thing, except with y.
but you can keep the indentation. Because it's just going to be that one line, not another if statement. And just make sure that random is spelled R-A-N-D-O-M. And then there's an N between I and T, like for the rand int. Yep, there you go. So we're there. We've created a random int for our x and y coordinates. And we did this so that we can figure out where we want the apple to go to. So it's going to go to a random spot every time, and that's going to be the x and y coordinates. So do you know what statement we would use to make the apple go there?
Statement?
Sorry?
And if statement?
We wouldn't use an if statement. We would use, well, because it's going to go there. There's like, it doesn't depend on any if condition. So we're just going to have it go to. So we're going to do apple.goto. And
Is that
the
the
go,
end? Or over
it's
here?
right, it's right after the y statement. So where you did the random int for y, just put an enter space and do it right under that.
Okay. Repeat what you said.
Apple.goto. Oh, it can just be one word, go to, like G-O-T-O, all without a space.
Why? Like, then isn't it like got to?
Go to. So you just need one T. There you go. And then you're going to put parentheses. And what do you think is going to go? There's going to be two things that are going to go in the parentheses. What do you think is going to go in there?
Apple. Wait. Is it like about the shape and the.
Well, maybe not the shape, but do you know how we just coded for the X and Y?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to want to go to those coordinates, right, on the graph.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is do X comma Y, because that'll give us the point in that form, the like coordinate form. Just like that. And I will just get caught up with you. Okay. So is able to is your start moving?
Excuse me?
Do you want to share your screen?
I am.
Oh, you are showing. Sorry. Do you want to like run it so we can see how the how it looks?
Okay.
Uh-huh. And try using the W, A, and D keys. Don't use the arrow keys. Just use the W, S, A, and D.
Not working.
So try just pressing the W once or twice.
Yeah, it's not working.
Working? Because, okay, I'll share my screen to show you what I'm getting.
I mean, it's not working.
Okay, let's go back into your code and see. Let's look line by line. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then could you scroll down so I could see your entire move function?
You know,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Could you go up? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay, I see. So, you know how you have the if statements for the if head direction is up, down, left, or right under your move function?
under my.
So where it says define move, oh, just go a little bit more up. Like more up, so where you can see where it said define move. Yeah, right there, right there. Perfect. So where it says up, you said y equals y core. That was correct. And so was down, but left. You know how you say y equals head dot y core? You want to make that x equals head dot x core.
X equals.
Yeah, x equals head dot x core. So where it says if head dot direction equals left.
If head dot direction. If head dot direction equals left, yeah.
Left, yeah. So the line right beneath it, instead of y, you'd have it be x equals head dot x core.
Oh, I see.
Uh-huh. Oh, and make sure to change the y core to be x core.
Y.
So we have it equal head dot y core on the same line where you just changed it to x. Right there. Perfect. And then in the line right below where you say head dot set y, it should be head dot set x.
1 second.
Okay, and then scroll down a little bit.
So it's.
Oh yeah, don't forget to change the head dot set y because it still says head dot set y. Yeah. Mhm. Up, down, left, and right. Okay. And try running your code again to see if now it'll work. Like now the motion with the W, S, A, and D keys will work.
Okay.
try pressing W.
Not working. I don't know what happened.
Mm. Could you scroll down a little bit after the while true statement?
Okay. Let's go down a bit too much.
Yeah, that's perfect. Just a little bit more down. Yeah. Thank you. You need the apple. Okay, so you only need one time dot sleep delay. So see how you have two right beneath the move? It's like the second last line. Um, and put the move and time dot sleep delay underneath inside the while true statement. So go ahead and select all of from the if statement to the move to the time dot sleep delay and give it a tab.
So
Just press the tab button. Yeah, and do the same with the entire if statement from if head dot distance all the way to apple dot go to. Oh, don't need to do the whole thing, just until, there you go. And then a tab. Okay. Try running it again. And try pressing the W key. Oh, there you go. It moved, right?
yeah, it moved.
Yeah, okay. So basically, the reason why it's not coming back is the whole point is so that the snake doesn't touch the edge of the board, because then you lose, because you can't go off of it. So try pressing like the W, A, S, and D and see if you can continue to try to get the apple. So every time you touch the apple, it should move to a new place, and then try to go to that place.
It was fun. Yeah, it works.
Yay. Okay. So, and I think that is everything that you had to do.
Yeah, it's okay to take a pause here. Because the class you have like 5 minutes left, so if you have it done to here, it's fine.
Okay. Were there any questions about it?
No.
Okay.
All right then.